Brewers hosting the Mets. The Mets are minus 115 on the money line. The Brewers are minus 104. The over-under is 8 runs. The Mets laying a run and a half on the run line are plus 140, meaning if you bet them that way, they have to win by 2 or more. And the Brewers getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 170, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you'd win. They lose by 1 run, you'd win. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to first pitch tomorrow. Manaea pitched once against the Brewers last year. 1 1/3, no runs, no earned. They won 5-0 in Milwaukee, and he struck out 3. Montas did not pitch against the Mets last year or this year. Head-to-head, the Brewers have owned the Mets. They're 9-1 against them in their last 10. The Brewers are on a 5-game winning streak against the Mets. The road team is on a 5-game winning streak. The road team is 6-4. The underdog has won the last 5 games they played against each other. The underdog is 7-3 on the money line, and the underdog getting a run and a half on the run line is 8-2. There have been 4 one-run games in their last 10. The under is 5-4-1, and in 8 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The over-under is 5-5 at 8 runs. The Mets have not confirmed that it's Manaea, but the Mets need to keep winning to stay alive in the playoff hunt. They're 1 game up on the Braves, so we'll see how this works. I really think that it's going to be decided when they play each other for the doubleheader. The Mets have won 9 out of Manaea's last 10 starts, and they've won his last 9 starts as a team. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 7.1 strikeouts, 19.5 outs recorded, 3.7 hits, 1.5 walks, 2.1 earned runs, 0.8 home runs. He gave up 2 in his last start, 96.2 pitches per game, 15.6 pitches per inning. And that's like a very damning kind of stat because you hear it and you're like, oh, they've actually owned in his last 10 starts. But eventually these guys are due for a loss. And it's like, I can't say that it would come at a time that is more critical than right now. For Montas, in his last 10 appearances, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 6.4 strikeouts, 16 outs recorded, 4.5 hits, 2.2 walks, 3.1 runs, 2.7 of which were earned, 0.9 home runs. He's given up home runs in back-to-back starts, 3 in his last start, 2 in the start before that, 93.8 pitches per game, 18.3 pitches per inning. So now when you're hearing the stats, you hear it on paper, and you hear how Manaea's been pitching, this seems like it's the slam dunk, but it just seems to me like it's a trap, especially since the Brewers have played the Mets so incredibly well. The Mets are 2-2 in their last 4. 14 runs, 9 runs, 3 runs, 6 runs. 2 runs and a loss, 6 runs and a win, 2 runs and a win, 1 run and a loss. And for the Brewers, 3-1 in their last 4. 19 runs, 9 runs, 3 runs, 7 runs. 10 runs and a win, 7 runs and a win, 1 run and a loss, and then 5 runs and a win. I'm going to take a shot here with the home underdog. I understand that how well Manaea is pitching. And if it wasn't him on the mound, the Mets would probably not be the favorites in this game. Brewers with the money line. Brewers getting the runs. I'm going under. I think that this should be a low-scoring game. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut. And please bet responsibly.